How has advancements in technology affected the development?
The game itself is already a pretty awesome piece of art. I mean, the team has done a fabulous job of making a great game system, a great mechanic. You know, the fighting mechanic works really well for this since it's ninjas, and you know, it suits it very well. But they've also done a great job with how that experience gets wrapped with the storytelling, the character development, all the anime quality, the visual style. You know, the faithfulness to the actual universe. They are professionals at doing this, and so we've had this great system for the Storm series, and you know, the technology is at a point where, you know, it just keeps getting better. The visuals kept getting better. The amount of, you know, animations, the frames. I mean, everything is it's just, we're at a point where they can really deliver on this.
Besides the characters, how does Naruto separate itself from other fighting games?
Well, you know, that's an interesting question, because there is sort of the old school fighting games school of thought. You know, like the fighting games we grew up with, where, you know, you've got, you know, maybe at most 40, 50 characters, and they all have, you know, a pretty complex move set. You know, every one is different. Whereas Naruto has got hundreds of characters, and I mean, even in this game alone, you've got over 80 characters. And if you actually had the same level of complexity of movesets, this would be an incredibly hard fighting game, because no one, I mean, aside from your favorites, you're not going to remember all the moves for the other characters. Whereas like all the old fighting games, okay, maybe I didn't play this one that much, but I kind of knew, like, if I do this move, he does that. If I do this move, he does that. You could kind of remember the movesets. So there's a school of thought of, well, should Naruto be a legitimate fighting game? And I think now it's actually getting a lot more credibility, because people are starting to realize that even though this game is designed to have a maybe, some people might argue, a more simplified command set, but the fact that all the characters are so vastly different with their abilities, their specials, how they can attack, how they can defend. When you have support characters, picking the right support characters could really make a big difference. So there's a lot more layers of strategy in the game, whereas in other fighting games, it's like, okay, you be this guy, I'll be this guy, we battle it out.
What kind of multiplayer aspect can we expect?
The game has a full multiplayer, so we've got online matches, leaderboards, you can invite friends to matches, there's downloadable content. You know, you can obviously play together at home with friends, but if you want to go online and, you know, test your skills, see who's the ultimate ninja, you can totally do that. You know, multiplayer rounds can even be set up into tournaments, so you can have like kind of ad hoc, you know, tournaments with a group of players. So it's got a really, you know, well set of online modes.
What are you most excited to show the fans of the series?
Well, what I think the long-running thing about this is that, you know, this is an anime that's been over 10 years. The manga's been, you know, hundreds of episodes, and you know, for the last couple of games, we've been doing a little bit of catch-up, you know, trying to, you know, deliver content that, you know, but fans may have already seen it. And you know, it's really exciting that in this game we actually have points of that's happening in the storyline that is actually unfolding even right now in the actual franchise. So, you know, if you're still kind of back, you know, a couple 50 episodes back, you might want to do a little bit of catching up before jumping into the game. But that's one of the most exciting things, because fans, you know, they want to see the story delivered as soon as possible. And you know, we've really taken a big jump to bring the storyline even more current than we've ever done before. And that's, for the fans, that's what it's all about, is the story. So Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is coming out March 5th, 2013. That's like less than 60 days now. So if you haven't gotten your pre-orders or, you know, anything, you better get it done fast, especially if you want to get like the Goku costume and some of the other goodies that are out there. We announced some cool stuff today at GameStop. We announced something at our own Club Namco store. So you guys want to check that out, you should get on it quick. It's coming for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So the power's in your guys' hands now. So definitely go out there and pick it up.